All right, good morning, everybody. We are happy to have you here on our wake-up call this morning, and we have been going through the book, Little Things Matter. It's 100 Ways to Improve Your Life Today, and I'm very excited to bring on one of my good friends and business partners and a mentor. It's been, since 2012 she's been a part of my life, and I'm grateful for her. She's coming to us all the way from the beautiful Lake Tahoe, Miss Leanne Masters.
Thank you, Jennifer. And Alabama sounds beautiful. Enjoy that sunshine and the beaches. Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. I will tell you, it is definitely wake-up time out in the West Coast, 6:15 in the morning. Wow. I absolutely am thrilled about this chapter. Little Things Matter, and Little Things Matter. Think like an entrepreneur. Man, I read this chapter, and I'm ready to just dig in with you guys because one of my passions is entrepreneurship. So let's get started. Let's wake up the day thinking like an entrepreneur, shall we? Now, here's what's interesting. When I started reading this, I hadn't looked at it from the perspective that they did in this book in the very beginning part of this chapter. So whether you're an employee, okay, or an entrepreneur, we're really all entrepreneurs, okay, because regardless of who buys our personal services, we are the owners of our business. And I'm going to explain that because this was an interesting thing that I hadn't thought about. We market our services, right, for a fee, but in essence, what the author of this book is talking about in this very beginning of this chapter is you don't have to have your own business to think like an entrepreneur, okay? So here's the thought. If you're an employee and you're working for someone, basically you put on your A game and you think like an entrepreneur without even really realizing it, because guess what you do when you're going to look for a job, okay, or you want to impress your employer? You're putting together an impressive resume for that potential employer to market your services, so you're on your best behavior during that interview process. Think back. If you're out there looking for a job right now, think about that. If you are in a job right now that you've been in for a while, think back on that moment when you were looking for that job and you put together all of the wonderful things about your abilities and your qualities and what you thought you can add. That is thinking like an entrepreneur, okay? But the problem is, for a lot of people, not you guys on here, but for a lot of people, is once you get that job, once that interview process is over, let's say again that you're just going through that right now, you're looking, and once that's over, don't make the mistake when you do land that job of just going back to thinking like an employee. Don't make that mistake. Don't go off of your A game. If you're in a job that you've been in for a while, take a minute, take a beat, take a pause, and think about it. Have you kind of settled a little bit, right? Have you gone back to the mentality of thinking like an employee? Well, here's where it gets fun. It's time to change that way of thinking. For those of you who know me know that my passion is helping people to become entrepreneurs. So thinking like an entrepreneur can work in every single aspect of your life. Basically, I want you guys to ask yourself a question. And it's a question that I asked myself when I was, 20 years old. I started as an entrepreneur at 21. I'll be 60 years old this year. So ask yourself this question. Who is in charge of your income, your career, essentially your life? If you believe that your employer is in charge, then you are going to find yourself continuing to be a victim of circumstances that are outside of your control. That used to drive me crazy. On the other hand, if you view yourself as someone that's in control of your career, you'll feel like you're also in control of your life. And this is so powerful that as your career goes, your life goes. Think about that. I mean, there's so many things to explore and unpack in this chapter, but we only have so much time, right? I mean, Jennifer, when she came on this morning, she's in Alabama. She's traveling, living her life, doing what she wants to do because of entrepreneurialism. So that's, to me, what that means. As your career goes, your life goes. So how do you want to live your life? Entrepreneurialism allows you to live it the way you want to live it. So basically, as an entrepreneur, you view yourself as someone who controls your own destiny. I love that. One of the boxes that I wanted checked when I started out in my own business in a fitness studio at 21. When you believe you're in control of the number one thing that you're going to be doing in your life, the majority of your life, 5 days a week, 8 to 10 hours a day, you feel the power of being in control of everything that you do. In our business, we can control our attitude and our activity. As an entrepreneur, you do that. You control your attitude and activity, what you're going to do and how you're going to do it that day. Entrepreneurs know what needs to be done and do it without direction or supervision. Now, that's a key thing, okay? It's a challenge that a lot of people have. And think about it. It's because we're programmed to basically from childhood, starts with childhood, then it goes to parents, then it goes to our teachers. We are programmed to take instructions and be told what to do. And then that, as it starts, like I said, as childhood, parents, teachers, then it transitions into employee-employer relationship. That is the programming. That is the pathway. Now, entrepreneurs are accountable to themselves for their actions and decisions. They know that success comes from doing what needs to be done to satisfy clients, customers, whatever it is that you're doing. Now, this one, I laughed when I read it because it's so true. While there are many things that an entrepreneur prefers not to do, they take the personal initiative, and that is an overriding characteristic and driving force. There are many things that come up, started when I was owned my own fitness studios, that I didn't want to do, but I knew needed to be done. Now, in our business and direct selling, same thing. There are things that come up that I don't want to do, but I take that initiative and do them because I want to be in control of my life, okay, and have that freedom and flexibility. Entrepreneurs know their value to the marketplace is based on our personal brand and the quality and type of services / products that are provided, okay? So it doesn't matter what it is. That's a powerful statement. And entrepreneurs are always looking to improve, to create more value, enhance their brand. And that's one of the personal needs as a human being is personal growth. And so I think that that's one of the satisfactions that come from entrepreneurialism is there is that personal growth constantly, stretching constantly. It's satisfying one of our human needs. Entrepreneurs recognize that income follows value. They know that before they can expect to increase their profits, they must first increase the value of their services. And that's so powerful. It doesn't matter what it is that fits into that box, okay, a fitness class, a product, whatever it is. It's about increasing value. Entrepreneurs nurture relationships with their customers, knowing that people do business with people they like and trust. Sound familiar? How many times have you heard that as you're walking through life? Apply it to your own life. You do business with people that you like and you trust. We nurture, we build relationships in what it is that we do. So it's very powerful. And another thing that I love, when Jennifer introduced me, She said, I've been in her life since 2012. I mean, that is absolutely phenomenal, right? It made me, I know that I've known her a long time, and I love her, and I'm so glad she's in my life. And it just was like, wow, it's been a while, right? Build friendships, nurture relationships. And when I first met Jennifer, I didn't know her. So that statement applies from not only people that we like and trust and know in what we would call our warm market, people we know, but it's the opportunity to take people that we don't know and turn them into people that we become close friends with, potentially business partners with, share life with, do vacations with. It's such a beautiful opportunity. There are no limits on your life as an entrepreneur. You take the chains off. That's how I envision it. There are no limits. So here's a couple of tips from this chapter of developing an entrepreneur mindset. If you're marketing your services to an employer, okay, if you right now, let's say you're wanting to develop a business, okay, and you also are working right now, being responsible until you can totally transition, or maybe you're going to stay doing both. That's great. So there's things in here that can help you. If you're marketing your services to an employer, start to treat your employer like your most important customer. Build your relationship with your customer, quote-unquote, employer, your customers' employees, co-workers. So really start to treat them like the best of the best of the best. Do more than you're expected to do with a very positive attitude. And do the little things that make your employer want to do business with you. I added in there, treat your business partners, your customers, your prospects well. Build trust. Bring them into your community, your tribe. Number 2, perform your responsibilities with excellence. Sorry, it's early out here. Perform your responsibilities with excellence and never require anyone to remind you of your responsibilities or hold you accountable. Take pride in always doing what's expected of you. I added in there, do what you know you need to do, because that's what that meant to me. Do what you know you need to do. Number 3, always project a positive business image. The way you dress, the way you conduct yourself. Remember, you are an entrepreneur, and your brand influences your market value. Number 4, if you work for an employee who does not place the same value on your services as you do, perhaps it's time to, 1, maybe look in the mirror and take a realistic assessment of where things are, or it's time to find a different employer, okay? Or become an entrepreneur. Begin your side gig business. Start to take control of your destiny, control of your life, how you want to live your life on a daily basis. Life is precious. It's a gift. So the Little Things Matter challenge is this. Awareness is where all change begins. Truth. Since we are all entrepreneurs, start thinking of yourself as a business owner and your services as your product. When you adopt the mindset of an entrepreneur, you will feel a rush of adrenaline as you begin to see that you're really in control of your income and career. Man, powerful. It feels fantastic to be in control of your income and career and your destination and how you live and who you spend time with on a daily basis. If you're an employee, you will quickly become every employer's dream. Basically, by doing this, okay, by stretching yourself, you have everything to gain. Start thinking like an entrepreneur. You have absolutely nothing but wonderful things ahead of you when you do that. So thank you for being with us this morning, and have a wonderful, fantastic Think Like an Entrepreneur day.